Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following me as I explore the incredible, amazing, always surprising wide world of pens. Hopefully you recognize this symbol in front of you. It's a Narwhal, a pen maker that I've had my eye on for a while, but didn't pull the trigger until this pen was made available. Just a plain white box with absolutely no identification on it other than that logo. If we open up the box, we will see inside another box, and it's identified now with the type of pen. So I'm just wondering, when this pen is sitting in inventory with that sleeve on it, how do you know what's in the box? And we'll see why I consider that to be a challenge. The box has a magnetic closure on the lid. You open it up, you see a nice card following the same white and silver theme. And here we talk about instructions in various languages, and then the pen in a cellophane sleeve. So where we move the pen, it's very secure in this foam insert. Not really as crinkly as you would like with cellophane. And we see what I think is a very impressive pen. The first thing that impresses you is the size. Those portals are very nice, and I have the piston pushed down because I've been playing with it. The piston just moves so smoothly. Has a great weight to it. Beautiful finish. Nice detail there in that cap band. But this is the black version, and I had ordered the bronze one. I talked to the seller. Here's the communications that I had. I decided to keep this because this pen seems to sell out so quickly, and I really wanted to have one. And this is certainly very, very nice. The bronze, I think I just would have enjoyed aesthetically a little bit more. Here's a look at the eBay auction. So the cap comes off with a little bit less than 2 turns, which is good. Let's see a plastic feed there. And we see a black nib, and it's a broad nib. So I got the size of nib that I wanted. You know, what's engraved on that nib is a little bit hard to see because it's black, but hopefully we can show it to you with some reflections. I mean, that section feels good in the hand. As you can probably tell from the look, it's not postable, but that's fine with me. Look at that size. It fits well. So we're going to explore this pen and talk a little bit about the significance of this pen to me in 2021. The seller was very nice. Like I said, they sent me the wrong pen, but it was very easy to see because there's no labeling on the box. You have to open up the box to find out what pen is inside of it. Got this really nicely written thank you note, and they tell you what ink they used, which is even nicer. Give you a 5% discount code, which is also nice, and you get a sticker. You know, it's an interesting logo with a splotch of ink and some interesting designs. So, even though I got the wrong pen, I do recommend the seller. They shipped very, very quickly. I got it in a couple days. So those things are all good. And now I do have a Narwhal Nautulis, and we'll see it right. The other thing that was nice is they threw in an extra pen. It's definitely an interesting pen. Generic, not branded, but well made. Pop-off cap. You know, not a pen I would probably have bought, but maybe we can find it a new home. You know, it's just your classic, cartridge converter. Nice metal piece inside there to keep the wood stable from cracking. And it's a nice looking pen, and just not one that I would select. Too small of a section and very shiny, slippery metal. But I appreciate the free pen. So why is this pen special to me? Well, I decided that I would splurge on a pen to end out 2021. And this is the pen that I chose to do that with. Like I said, a pen I had watched and lost out on some of the initial buys, but found this one. The clip is just nice and springy. Not spring-loaded, but springy. I think it's very functional. Nice gap there to go over the jeans pocket, if that's what you're going to use it for. Pen just feels great in the hand. A beautiful finish on the Ebonite. The one downside is this has a strong Ebonite smell, and it's a different smell than any other Ebonite pen that I've ever had. And I left it uncapped for a number of days, sitting in a room, and the smell did not dissipate much at all. And I can smell it now just from opening up that cap. So it is a fairly strong odor. So those of you that might be not happy with that may want to reconsider the pen. I have a friend I've been communicating with, and he's the one who mentioned that this nib unit is the same one that's in a Moonman pen. So you could swap in a Moonman nib if you wanted to do that. Based on how this writes, I can't imagine wanting to do that, but it's good to know. So that's where we're at here. And of course, after I said this was my last pen of 2021, I bought two more, the Moonman T5s, because I just could not pass those up. And yesterday, I bought another pen. And here's that pen is a little teaser. Who knows when I'll get it. Hasn't shipped yet. Their approach to fountain pens just really hit a complimentary note with me, and so I had to buy one. And I can say and blame the New Jersey Pen Nerds, a group I belong to, because that's where I saw the first posting of the pen that I had no idea existed. So now we're going to put some ink on paper using this incredibly nice Narwhal. And here's some Narwhal pictures. Yes, it is in the Cephalod family, and that's the name of this pen. Obviously, I just can't put any ink in this Narwhal Nautulis, so I decided to use this ink. I haven't put it in a pen yet. Formulation 2 of 3. Got it at the Boston Commonwealth Pen Show. Bought it from Nathan. Ink has an interesting reputation, made in limited amounts. The bottles apparently have lots of variations in them. This is definitely, I would call it a dusty purple. And the chromatography is very interesting. There's a lot of colors there. And it looks like there's some permanency. And we'll do a water test just to see how much there is. Here we have my writing sample done on just standard copy paper. Yeah, considering that's a very wet nib, no feathering, good sign. We flip it over, we will see some bleed through and definitely some show through, because that is a fairly saturated ink, but less than I expected. So this has been sitting for a few days, so it's thoroughly dry. So let's dip it into this room temperature tap water, and we're going to leave it set there for a little bit and see what happens. First response is pretty good, but let's let some time lapse. So it's been in the water over 5 minutes, and I would say it's extremely waterproof ink. It got a little bit lighter, but nothing significant. So I'm very pleased with this ink. Fast drying, waterproof, and a very interesting color. This nib is really, really nice to use. And I don't think it's broken in. I've written probably 5 or 6 pages with it. It's been in every letter that I've written because I just like the way it feels in my hand, and I really like that nice broad line. And it's an interesting ink color to use. As I mentioned, it dries very quickly, and we know it's extremely waterproof. So I think it's time to rate this pen. Hold on to your horses. This is my second 10.0 pen. It gets 2 checks for design, build, construction. It gets 2 checks for the beautiful black nib. And I think it gets 2 checks because I think it's a great value. You know, machined ebonite, incredible good piston filler, classic design, great section. I didn't give you the dimensions, but we'll do that now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this look at a pen, which I thought would be my last purchase of 2021, but it wasn't. And there is about 6 weeks left in the year, so who knows what'll happen. I keep my options open. So I'd like to thank all of you very much for watching. Notice the pen starts up right away. No drying out issues here. I hope you find a pen, nib, ink, paper combination that you really love, encourages you to put ink on paper. Hopefully this video finds you safe, healthy, and happy. We've reached the end, and we'll say bye. I have a few more pens to review. 2021 will end with a bang. Bye.